Hi there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today is another episode in my Saturday series, which is my series where I just grab any products off the shelf from the annual catalogue and I create 3 cards without knowing where I'm going or what I'm doing. So today I'm playing with the Field of Flowers photopolymer stamp set, which is a bundle that comes with this gorgeous punch. And I've also got some of the Flowers for Every Season DSP on my desk because playing with flowers, I thought I might need some florals. So let's see where we go. My main focus is going to be the stamp set, but hopefully I will get to play with that gorgeous border punch as well. So, always. Right, okay, so we've got the big sentiment always. Thinking of you, a celebration in my heart, my friend. You are, believe, always believe. I love that one. You are always in my heart, love always, thinking of you. Okay, right, I'm going to do a very simple one first of all with some of the flowers. Put that to the side. Let me have a look. I'm going to use the main floral that's here, and I'm really hoping that you're going to fit on my H block because I didn't bring my Stamper Artist up. Oh, look at that for fit. That's pretty perfect, isn't it? Would have been nice if I'd have got it on straight, but other than that, it's a pretty good fit. Am I straight, do you reckon? Yeah, go for it. That's looking pretty straight. Okay. Some cardstock. So I have got some 9.5 by 13.25 Whisper White cardstock just here. And am I going in that way or that way? I don't know. I'm going this way. So I'm just going to grab some scrap cardstock. Sorry, not cardstock, paper, so that when I stamp off now, it will go off the page. And I'm going to do this in Smoky Slate. I'm normally a Memento girl, and I'm saying that I can't actually see what I've done with my Memento ink pad. Do you know, I tried to have everything handy for my my Wednesday series and my Saturday series so that I can use everything when I need it. But I'm not going to lie, I have no idea where my Memento ink pad is. Oh. You know that pad of paper I've just used? The Memento ink pad was underneath the pad. I'm going to flip that over because while it's straight on my block, I really was not straight on my paper. So I'm just, that's why there's 2 sides of the paper. Flip it over, go again. And as you know, anything can happen in these. So I had one where I dropped an entire ink pad on the on the paper. So anything can really happen. Oh, I quite like that. Oh, that looks nice. Okay. So am I going to, yeah, I think I'm going to put the big flower. Oh, I've already got them all off over here. I'm going to put the big flower coming out as well. So let me just, hopefully you fit on a D block. Yeah, and I'm going to also do that in Smoky Slate. Pop you there. Okay. Yeah. Now, my flowers. Do you fit onto a C block? Yes, you do. There we go. Okay, my flowers, I think, are going to come out So Saffron because I love using So Saffron and Smoky Slate together. Oh, yes, I like that. Okay, we are working. So now I've got these little flowers here, and I presume, I know these must line up, with the punch. Somewhere along the line, maybe. Yeah, they do. There you go. They line up with the punch. But actually, I'm going to use them to just stamp. I don't think I'm going to use the punch on this one. I think I'm just going to randomly stamp some So Saffron flowers on there. That's the only one I'm not happy with. I never thought about that one. Look at that one. Okay, we never noticed it. We're going to say we never noticed it anyway. They've got a little dragonfly, which is just cute. So I'm going to just pop that on. We're going to pop you. Okay. Let's fly into the flower. Love that. Okay, so my sentiment. I think it's going to be always, obviously. Always believe. Always thinking of you. Okay. I'm going to go with always. Oh, that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. So always. I've got them here. I want to say always my friend, but I'm thinking always believe for this one because it's got, you know, mind you, it's not magical, is it? I want it. Always believe is just biggest decision of the whole card, or how we make the sentiment up. And I know that's not straight on my block, but I will stamp it straight. So, always believe. Oh yes, that was the right decision. Love that. And I could have put it under the dots, but I like where I've put it as well. Yes, okay. Right, have I got some So Saffron cardstock? I have. I like that. I do like that. Okay. So that's card number 1. Okay, I'm going to come back and adhere it to the base and add embellishments onto it at the end. So another piece of Whisper White cardstock. And this time I'm thinking I'm going to use some of my DSP. What I should also mention is on my desk, I also have the 5 Stampin' Write markers that are the new in colours. So we have new in colours every year. So every annual catalogue there'll be 5 brand new colours. They will last for 2 years, and then 2 years later they retire. So each year we have sort of 10 in colours. We have the 5 from last year, the 5 from this year, and these are this year's ones. So they're beautiful and they coordinate perfectly with this paper pack. And I'm going to show you some amazing stuff that you can do with Stampin' Write markers because they are very, very good. But I haven't really decided what colour I'm going with. I have a few sort of colours that I've just picked out. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go with the Just Jade one. Yeah, I'm going to cover the whole card in Just Jade actually. So where's my Now, even though I know the measurement of this is 9.5 by 13.85. This is probably the way I like to do this, is I like to cover the card with my seal and then add it to the DSP. Okay, like that. The reason why I do it this way is then I know it's perfect fit. Whereas if I cut the paper and I was a little bit off with my measurements of the cardstock, which can happen because, you know, no one's perfect, and I cut my cardstock in a big guillotine at work. So I take my full sheet of Whisper White cardstock to work with me, pop it in the big industrial guillotine they have, and basically just chop all of it. So I can never be 100% sure that they are, you know, not just a millimetre off. So that's the way I attach my DSP. And the reason I've attached the DSP straight to the Whisper White sheet is because I'm going to pop this up at the end, and the DSP would have just been a little bit too thin for that. So that's how that's working. So now I want some scrap Whisper White. Going to grab a few spare card bases that I've got, and I'm going to clear off the smoky slate that I've got on here. I'm going to use my Stampin' Write markers. So this is a great way to use them. They have the normal tip end and then they have the brush end, and you can just colour write whatever you want and it will be the exact ink. So you can fill in your cards or write your envelopes with the exact colour that you've used. But what you can also do is you can use this brush tip to apply the colour straight to the stamp. So I'll go over that. And it will be the same as popping it in the ink pad. However, if you are on a smaller budget and you can't afford all of our inks, you can pick up the entire Stampin' Write markers for that colour collection in one pack, and it's cheaper than getting all of the ink pads. So you can always do it this way. Once you've finished it, okay, so you can see there I've coloured it pretty good. I'm not happy with the colour on there because that's not taking, and I don't know why, so I'm just gonna, there we go, it's taken now. So to activate it, if it started to dry off, you just go and you just breathe on it and then you stamp it down. Okay, that's still separated, so I'm going to just try another one. Maybe it was the stamp was still wet from the chamois, is the only thing I can think of as to why that colour kept separating on that bit. It hasn't separated since I've put it on now, so it might have been that it was still wet from the chamois. There we go, much better. Yes, it must have been the water. I was confused, I couldn't work out why it had done that. So I'm going to fussy cut that out. And I'm going to stop fussy cutting right about now because I've just realised what I'm missing. I haven't put my flower on. So my flower is going to go in this gorgeous magenta madness colour. So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to cover it. Fluid strokes. Breathe on it. And just stamp that up. There we go. Oh, it looks a bit like a thistle now. So I'm going to carry on fussy cutting this out. I won't be long. I'm just going to do a loose cut to start off with. I don't want it to be, you know, too fancy or anything. I'm just playing, aren't I? So that's the idea of the Saturday series. And I haven't used this set yet, as you can probably guess. It's a new set to me, so I just wanted to play, really. There is nothing better as your job, well, secondary job, of getting to a Saturday morning and looking at the stamp shelf and thinking, you know, I'm just going to have sort of half hour, 40 minutes to myself, playing with a new stamp set and creating a few cards. And pretty much getting paid for doing it. It's really, really good being a demonstrator. I enjoy it. So probably the most messiest fussy cutting I've been doing, because I'm thinking about your time. But if you're bored of this, just fast forward like a couple of seconds and I'll have finished it. Oh dear. Round the full circle now, Helen. Come on, stop messing. Finally, just that little bit there, and then I think I'm done, which you'll be all really glad to hear. And now I'm looking at my card thinking that actually does get lost on it. Right, we're gonna fix that problem. We're gonna fix that. That's gonna be my last card. That's gonna be on my final card. No, it's not. It's staying on this card. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this by doing a circle. Or am I? I'm going to do a banner. So I want, yeah, about, where's my ruler? It's going to be wherever I last left it, which is bad. Okay, right, so that always stamp is just over an inch. So I'm going to cut this down at 1.5 inches. Does it worry you that this is how I generally do my crafting? It worries me. I like doing my videos where they're like, this is what I made, and everyone thinks, oh, she made that just off the top of her head, rather than having to play with everything. There we go. Right. So the always, I'm just gonna wipe that with my chamois, come back in with my Just Jade. Oh, I've missed the bottom of the S. That's a good thing about photopolymer stamps. You can always see when you turn them upside down if you've caught all of it. I hadn't. So always. And I'm going to use the love. I'm going to have it love always instead of always love. I'm going to have it love always. And a bit of Magenta Madness so it matches. Love always. Well, I'm actually really going to end up liking this one, I think. So I'm just going to pop that up on a couple of dimensionals. Considering I hesitated a bit in the middle. extension on each of those. A little bit of fine tip glue on here because that's what's going to stick onto the sentiment. Okay, so now I'm having a little bit of a thought, and I'm going to see if I've got any Magenta Madness cardstock, and I'm sure I have here. I'm thinking that might be a bit too bright, but what I am thinking that I might do is have a little play with the punch. So I haven't had a play with it before. I'm just going to pop it in there. Okay, so it gives this really cool border, but on the other hand, it also gives some really cool confetti. So I can then stick these onto my card and just give it that pop of magenta without it being far too bright. So I'm just going to pop. And now I've got some pretty patterns to pop on my cardstock. Using my palette knife carefully because I've got a funny feeling that this glue could just end up everywhere. I'm thinking perhaps in hindsight, which is a wonderful thing, the glue perhaps should have been adhered to the sentiment and then the embellishments added on to that. But you know, you live and learn. I'm going to come back and embellish that further at the end when I put it onto the back. So I've now got 2 cards like those. I like my bright one. And finally, I'm wondering if I can use this as a, oh, wrong punch, as a border. So if I line this up, there, not there. Does that re-punch? Oh, that's how you line it up, so I did it wrong. Okay, so what you want to do, let's leave those all to the one side. Okay, so once you've done your first punch, okay, pop it in. To the machine and punch. Okay, then you want to use these here to line up those 3 flowers. Hopefully you can see. And then punch again. Go down, line up those 3 flowers and punch again, and you'll get to the end of your card. And you can do that this way as well. So those are those 3, and you can punch there, and it's just that little notch that it took out the end there. Okay, so that gives me a floral border. So what I can do if I wanted to, and I'm not sure if I do, but I'm going to have a look, is I can now cut that down. I'm going to cut it at 3 centimeters, I think. Ignore that. I have now got a floral border strip. Okay, so what I can do is I could use this as a strip on my card for a pattern, or I could punch out some more card in different colours and I could piece in. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Oh, I've got this. Right. I'm going to use, so this is my card stock for my actual card. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I've got a plan. I've got a plan. like having a plan. So I'm just going to pop that in. I'll take it down to this end and punch it, and then I'm going to take it over to this end like I did before and punch it. Oh, you're going to love this. Okay. I'm so excited. I've got a plan. Right, I'm going to pop that onto some Magenta Madness. Okay, but I'm actually also going to apply some adhesive onto the Magenta Madness. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal, start about there, and I'm just going to run a couple of strips down with my tape runner that is in the same place as where those holes are. And I know what you're going to think, that means the adhesive will come through. Yes, that's great, that's what we want. So I'm going to pop that over there. Push it down. Now all of these are tacky. Okay, they're really tacky. So now I'm going to grab some of the other colours, any colours. I'm just going to have a look. I've got a scrap box of DSP and cardstock, and I know I've got loads of different bright colours in there, and they're all just scrap pieces. So I'm going to grab Daffodil Delight, some Coastal Cabana. Oh, this is so exciting. I've got some Pacific Point there. Are you a real red that's just dipped down? Yes, yeah, there it is. I've caught my real red. Okay. So I'm going to run these through the punch as well. I don't want loads of confetti in different colours, just a few. And then what I'm going to do, oh, I'm so excited, is I'm going to pop these into the gaps that they've come out of. So it's kind of like paper piercing. Such a good idea. This is really exciting me, as you can possibly tell. I'm like a little child. So we're going oh yes, 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 yes. Okay, so I'm also going to use some of the punch outs that I got from the Magenta Madness as well. I know what you're thinking, why didn't I just keep them flat? Well, that's because the adhesive's showing through, and also I want my card to be all one level. So now we'll pop some red on. Okay, back to yellow. Now some Coastal Cabana. Oh, let's just try and move that back over. I didn't get that in before I pushed it down. Oh, this is so exciting. This is really fun to do, actually. Keep an eye on my my blog, because I've got a funny feeling that there's going to be a few cards pop up using this technique, because it's cool. Okay, I'm going to leave that one as Magenta Madness because it's a part one. So then yellow backwards, we want a red. After the red, Magenta Madness. Some Magenta Madness. I'm going to switch these colours around. It's going to annoy me, but these are the sizes I've got left, so it doesn't matter that it's not in a specific colour scheme. That's what my mind thinks anyway. Oh, isn't that fun? And it's all flat. Oh, genius. That's the best part about this set, I've decided. Okay. My always, let's... Just so clever. And I mean, I could if I wanted to. I don't want to, but I could. Like, line that up over the top. Oh, why hasn't that worked? Oh, hang on. I have no idea why that hasn't worked. Surely it should be the same pattern. Am I being dense? I think I'm being dense. Ignore me. I'm not being dense. If that's the same pattern as I have just punched out, why won't that line back up over the top? Maybe I didn't put the same gaps in. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like my IQ is taking a huge drop this morning. So Magenta Madness. Always. Now this is what is great about the markers. If, for instance, you have done that when you've wrote them and you have just missed a bit on the W, like I have, I can take my pen and I can just fill in that gap, and I've missed a bit on the A as well. I told you I'm not having a very good day today. But yeah, you can fill that in so it actually fills it in, and it's the exact colour ink. So always what? What was my first? Always believe. Yes, I had a believe. Out. Use that again. Magenta Madness. Always believe. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to move all those to the side because I've got a horrible feeling that if I don't put those in a little dish now, guess what? Yeah, you're right. They're going to end up everywhere. Let's bring in my card fronts so we can finish decorating them. So I've got my tub of embellishments just to the side of me. And I've also got my card bases. So I'm going to pop them onto the card bases first. This is Thick Whisper White that has already been cut in half and scored in half. I'm just burnishing it. I also take huge packs of these into work and run them through the guillotine. So I have like stacks and stacks of them already half done. And then of an evening when I'm watching the TV, I sit and score them so that when I come to card make, I literally just have to adhere the front onto it and burnish it. So there's that one. Love that one. This one here, I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals and pop this onto my card. That's why I put it on the white base, so it was a little bit thicker. Oh, bit heavy-handed there. I keep pulling my dimensionals back off. Yeah, I quite like that one as well. Considering I wasn't sure about it when I was making it, I do quite like that one. And I love this one too. So I feel like I'm doing well with the old cards today. I like them all. And they are all relatively simple, to be honest with you. I mean, like I said, you don't have to have all the inks and everything as well. You can just get the pens at a reduced price, so that's quite good. Right, I'm also doing a gift away this month. I don't know if you've seen the prize peony, so have a look over on my blog. It will tell you ways that you can win it. And I think I'm going to put, yeah, okay. I'm just looking at the colours I've got. Yeah, so the prize peony, you can win the entire suite from me. So it's £90 and 25 pence if you wanted to buy it, but you can win that on my blog. Head over and have a look how. And then any order gets a gift away of the paper from the prize peony set as well. So bargain. Okay. Well, what am I going to pop on these cards? So on this one here, I'm going to start with this one because this one's pretty simple. I'm going to pop on a Just Jade dots. So these are the 2020-2022 enamel dots, and they go, you know, lovely with the colours. That's how they are. So I'm trying to work out where I want them. I want one there. I'm not going to do too much because obviously I've already put the, oh, shot all the way up there, the Magenta Madness flowers on. So there's already quite a bit of decoration going on, but I'm just going to pop them there. So there's that one. This one here, I'm actually thinking it's going to be the end of my rhinestones. But I've got a new packet, so I'm okay with that. And I'm going to pop just one on that flower there. One on that flower there. And one on the head of the dragonfly. Just gives it a bit of bling. And then these are Playing with Patterns resin dots. And this is Coastal Cabana, which is what I've actually used on the card anyway. So to me, that just makes perfect sense. And I'm just going to pop a couple of, where am I going to pop them? Pop one of the yellows on as well, because I've got yellow on the card. It's just a fun, bright, enjoyable card, isn't it? Always believe. So there we go. There are my cards finished. I hope you've enjoyed. I actually really like all of them. I can't pick a favourite today. I enjoyed this technique. I'm glad I thought of doing that. That's quite fun. I very much think this card is a me card. This is very classy, but considering I wasn't liking this as I was going along, I've ended up loving it. So quite happy with that today. Thank you for joining me. All of the products I've used are available to purchase from my blog slimandstylish.com. Go up to the header bar and click buy. While you're on there, do check out the gift away that I'm doing. There's lots of different ways that you can earn a chance to get in the draw for that suite. It's not just purchasing, but you do get more options if you purchase from me. And if you like the video, do please press the little tick and come back soon. See you all later. Bye.